So it is what it is. So look, some of you guys, we're going to be talking about this whole situation with Mr. Beast. So as you, some of you guys know, you might have seen my video where I was talking about Mr. Beast offered me to be on one of his episodes. It was for $500,000 and getting in front of hundreds of millions of people on YouTube. Now, $500,000 would have paid off my parents' mortgage, and I would have been able to help a whole lot of people in recovery. So there was a second where I thought about it. Also, you know, who knows? Some of those people out of the hundreds of millions might have thought that I was pretty or felt bad for me or something, and, you know, come and hung out with us. And it could have been good. You know, there's things that could have been good. So for half a second, I was like, what? But then I was like, nah, dog. And let me explain why. So here's why I turned Mr. Beast down. Because immediately, the very first thing that came to my mind was Delaware. Now, for those of you who don't know the whole story, Delaware is not just a place, my guy. Delaware was a person that was on Mr. Beast that he put on his episodes for kids. And he's the only person that I can recall that had a nickname like that. It's a little weird, but he also made him wear a mask, almost as if he was trying to sort of hide dude's identity from all of us, but still have him on our kids' content. Well, didn't seem as weird at the time until it came out who Delaware was and what his criminal history was, and the fact that he's a registered child sex offender. Yeah, that's right. He's a kindergarten commando. He's a playground extraction specialist. He is a diaper sniffer of the first degree. And Jimmy slid him on TV, on YouTube episodes for kids. And that didn't vibe with me, man. You know what I'm saying? So it came out also that Jimmy knew. Jake the Viking is like Delaware's brother-in-law. And he came out and he said, dude, Jimmy knew what Delaware's charges were. It wasn't like Delaware lied to him or anything. He told him straight out, and he still hired him. And that's why they put him in a mask, gave him a nickname. That enough. You know, even if you don't believe Jake the Viking, come on, man. They put him in a mask. They gave him a nickname. They hid who he really was. They slid a child rapist onto child's content. I can't fuck with that, bro. I can't fuck with that. Not a hair, bro. Not a nit nor there. Not at all whatsoever.
Yeah, you got the offer. Pause for like 0.2 seconds. We made eye contact, and at the same time, we were like, nope.
But I will say this. I'm fucking nosy, my guy. So they wanted a meeting with me, but they wanted me to sign an NDA. Now, for those of you who don't know, an NDA, and this is going to be real important as we talk about this throughout this, about the situation with Ian Bick and with my situation with this. Ian Bick is a good friend of mine. That's family to me and Jax. An NDA is a non-disclosure agreement. It's basically saying that if you participate in this, you can't talk about it publicly or at all, or you're legally liable to lawsuits. They can sue the pants off your ass. Now, they sent me over an NDA, and I refused to sign that. I didn't think that I would get the meeting after that. But wouldn't you know it, they gave me the meeting anyway. Now, the person who was representing Mr. Beast, I got no beef with at all whatsoever. She was doing her job. That's what she does. She works for a company, and they recruit people for these episodes. And she told me, like, yo, we really want you for this. They wanted me enough to talk to me without the non-disclosure agreement signed. So, you know, they were talking about they really wanted me for it, but I wanted to get all the information that I possibly could. Very little information was disclosed. Very little. But when I told her, she said, you know, this is what's up, you know, yada, yada, yada. And I was like, I can't do it. And she was like, what? You do understand this is for Mr. Beast. And I'm like, that's why I can't do it. Sorry. Can't do that. That's not going to work for me. So, you know, now there's some speculation that Mr. Ian Bick might have gone on and done the show. And a dude who went on Ian's podcast just dropped a video about it. And I wanted to review it with you guys so that we could take a look at it together and sort of see what's going on here. Because, you know, I'm assuming if Ian did go on, that Ian probably signed one of those non-disclosure agreements. You know, I believe that another person that I know was probably also approached, and he might have signed one of them non-disclosure agreements as well. So we're going to get all into this real quick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, do I got a controversy for you today. Mr. Beast wants to make prison videos. How do I know this? Well, I'm going to tell you. So first of all, I know that JD Delay recently made a video where he turned down Mr. Beast for $500,000.
It would have put me in front of hundreds of millions of new people.
Right? If you haven't seen that video, go watch it after this video.
And I will say this, I do know that Mr. Beast is interested in doing more of these prison type challenges, and that he wants to hit up prison creators to do this stuff. I know that that's part of where he's headed. He wants to do a series of these things. So I don't think this will be the last one that we see. And I think that he might have been filming multiple at the same time.
$500,000 Mr. Beast offered him. He says no, claiming because, you know, this guy Delaware that was on there had a fake name. Jimmy knew that the guy was a scumbag, and JD is standing on his morals.
That is true. And not just a scumbag, a fucking convicted, registered child rapist.
Respect. Mad respect for that, right? So, yesterday, Mr. Beast's video starts up on my YouTube on autoplay. Don't know how it really, anyways. And there's a certain part in the video, you know, Mr. Beast videos are good, bro. I mean, they are what they are. I don't play them on purpose, but I started watching it. And there's a big compound. This dude's losing weight. He's got to stay there till he loses 100 pounds. And Jimmy's making him, giving him all this money. Blah, blah, blah.
Now, that video, I do want to point out, is absolutely fucking horrific. If you watch that video, the dude, the challenge is to lose 100 pounds while he's there in like solitary confinement type situation. And he gets, I think, like $100,000 or $500,000 if he does it, if he loses the 100 pounds. But halfway through, his best friend dies. And Mr. Beast records them telling him his best friend dies, records his mental and emotional breakdown and his trauma, and then uses it in the video, which is fucking disgusting to me. As somebody who's lost a lot of people that are close to me, turn the fucking cameras off or edit that shit out, bro. Don't put that dude through that.
On this compound, kind of like a prison compound, like this is a studio over here, this is a studio over here, there's like 4 studios, whatever. So I guess Jimmy could bounce around from one studio to the next. And the guy in this video talks to the guy at the other compound, which was a prison story. And I hear a voice.
I trapped a cop and a criminal together.
Hey, yo!
Well, that was Ian Bick. That was definitely Ian Bick.
And I hear a voice.
I trapped a cop and a criminal together.
Hey, yo!
Yep, that is Ian Bick.
Wait a minute, I know that voice. I've rewinded a little bit.
Hey, yo!
It's Ian.
Unmistakably.
So, to summarize, JD was offered this spot, $500,000, probably in the same video, turns it down, either gives it to Ian, or Ian's the next person called, or Ian's one of the 5 or 6 people called, okay? Now, is this a problem for Ian and JD's friendship?
Absolutely not. Not at all whatsoever. I do not have any problem with Ian. Ian is a different type of dude, man. Ian is not a convict in the way that I'm a convict. Ian didn't go through what I went through as a kid. Ian is family to me, but he comes from a different walk of life. So, you know, I don't have any problem with it. Now, Ian, if he did this, which clearly he did, we just saw the proof, would have had to sign an NDA. I did not sign an NDA, so I could talk about my side of this shit. You know what I'm saying? But Ian would have had to sign an NDA. So, you know, I'm not going to get into any particulars about any of this stuff. But, you know, Ian, as Abby just said, Abby's 1000% correct. Ian was an accidental felon. Ian like got busted because he ended up buying a damn jet ski with money that investors invested when he was 19 years old, and he didn't know no better. And the feds came down on him something crazy because I don't think they liked what he was doing in Danbury. He owned the biggest nightclub in Danbury, Connecticut, and was having national acts, hip hop, gangster rap, EDM come through. So, yeah, as far as me and Ian having beef, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Just curious, because if a man will draw a line at $500,000 to not perform for someone that would grow his channel that much, will he draw that same line at his friend doing it? Ooh.
No, I will not. Here's the thing. I want to see all my friends win. I want to see every single one of my friends win. I want to see my homies doing good. And if my homie felt like that was something that he could do, he don't got the same conscience that I do. He decides, he's a grown-ass man. He decides what's right and wrong for him.
Or did he send his friend over to do it? Would you do it? That's $500,000, bruh. Hold on. $500,000, bruh. Come on, man. So, my question is this. I got a lot of questions. I'm going to answer questions all the time. Drop in the comments if you're answering my questions, bro, because I'm curious. Now I want to know, did Ian win?
I see a couple people in the comments kind of shading Ian for this. And I just want to say, how many times have you turned down $500,000? Because I'll probably, and I'm going to put this out there because Ian is my homie. You would probably suck a dick for $500,000, bro. You probably suck a bushel of them. You know what I'm saying? Ian did content, which is what Ian does. Ian makes content. Ian is a content creator. Like, he got offered to do something that's in his wheelhouse.
He's also been working really hard to pay back his restitution fees.
Yep, which is like, it was $400,000. Now, I know there's other people on YouTube that are content creators that have been to prison who have large restitutions to pay off, and they pay off like the very least they can without going back to prison, like $100 a month. Ian's been sliding everything he can to it, man. Ian really tries. He's trying to do the right thing. So I'm proud of the way that he's walked this shit out, man. So yeah, if you guys want to follow him, this channel is called Spanking Monkeys. His other channel is Jamie Foltz Investigates. And that's pretty much his video on that. I wanted to address that because I just seen it. I wanted to watch it. I wanted to make sure that you guys know, I got zero problems with Ian, man. Ian is a good dude. He's always been family to us. He's always taken care of me. Because I turned something down doesn't mean that the next guy has to. I want to see all of us win. I'm not a hater. Like, I hate people that hurt kids. I'm not a hater when my friends get an opportunity. Just because it wasn't for me doesn't mean it wasn't for him.